Judgment Day is only for non-believers and the demons. Most people think, oh, everyone's going to get judged. It's like, no. Believers are going to be at the judgment seat of Christ, and Judgment Day, the great white throne judgment, is for, obviously, the people who, it says in Revelation, like, they turn their face from God, like, from the people of, like, the earth fled, their face away from God. I forgot the exact scripture, but, like, the point is, Judgment Day is for the great white throne judgment is for that. You're getting judged based off your works. That's what it says. And we all know Christians, true born again Christians, aren't judged based off their work because they have the righteousness of Christ. Because when God looks at us, he looks at us as perfect because we believe in what Christ did. So now we have the imputed righteousness of Christ because of that. So my point in saying that is, no, you don't have to fear the great white throne judgment if you're truly saved. Because that's the thing. Are you truly saved? Who knows, right? It's like only you and God know that. Two people in the whole entire universe know if you're truly saved. And that's you and that's God. How do you know if you're saved? Okay. You put your faith and trust in what Jesus did on the cross completely. You're not adding works. You're not adding yourself. You're not thinking you're saved because of what you're doing and how you're living. It's fully dependent on what Christ did on Calvary, what he did on the cross. That's how you know you're saved. It's very simple. The devil works day and night, never sleeps a second to make sure you don't understand that, to make sure you're confused, to make sure you're adding works, to make sure you're adding your own, turning from sins, to make sure you're adding baptism, to make sure you're all these things that it says in Revelation. If you add to these words, it says literally in like one of the last sentences, I will add the same plagues it says in the Bible. It's like, and I will blot your name out of the book of life. It says that, Jesus' words. So it's like, come on. Satan loves to add to the Bible because he knows he's going to hell anyways. There's no coming back from what he's done. So he's making sure you don't understand that as well. So Judgment Day is not, the great white throne judgment is not for believers. It's for the unsaved and for the demons, the fallen angels. So I just wanted to say that. So you don't have to be scared of that. But at the same time, you guys really got to start preaching the true gospel. This is my second part of this video. It's like, come on. Christians need to stand up. Am I the only one in the world preaching the true gospel? It feels like that sometimes. At least the only 22-year-old on earth preaching the true gospel. I feel like if more young people stood up, Jesus would come here faster, because it says Jesus isn't going to come until the gospels are preached across the four corners of the earth. So it's like, young people, you guys need to stand up with me. It can't just be me out here. You know what I mean? Because it's like, dude, there's a lot of older people, not a lot, but some older people that preach the true gospel on YouTube and Instagram, and that's great. But it's like, I feel like we're the Avengers out here because there's not many of us. Most popular people that, most people listen to preach false works-based salvation, hardcore. So I feel like this is just a call to just people that just preach the true gospel. Take away pride, take away your ego, because pride comes before the fall. It's exactly what Lucifer, thought in his heart. I will ascend into heaven. I will do this. It's the 5 famous I's. I turn from my sins. I get baptized. I go to my church. I tithe. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what most Christians think adds to their salvation and contributes to them going to heaven. No, that's not true. The devil has lied to you. That's why it's called deception. It may seem like the truth, but it's actually a lie. Does that make sense? That's how you get deceived. If something is so blatantly a lie, then you're not going to be deceived. You're most likely just going to believe in the truth. But it has to be so close to the truth, but it has a little bit of lies in it, that it's a lie. And that's how the devil gets you. The simplicity of Christ. That's how it says in the Bible. That's how the serpent beguiled Eve. You know what I mean? It's like the simplicity of Christ gets people. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fathom in their mind, because everything on earth you have to work for. But guess what? What Jesus did on that cross was supernatural. It's not natural. It's not like things on the earth. It's not like going to a job and then you get a paycheck 2 weeks later. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as a gift. It's not the same thing as someone giving you a gift and you can return it. No, this isn't a returnable gift. You're saved. You're once saved. You're always saved. God bless you guys.